There is a reason you feel exhausted even when you have done nothing all day. Your body is tired, but your soul is even more tired from carrying battles you were never meant to carry alone. You keep trying to hold everything together while silently falling apart inside. You smile in conversations while your mind is overwhelmed with fear, pressure, uncertainty, and disappointment. Nobody sees how heavy it has become for you. Nobody hears the conversations you have with yourself late at night when the room finally gets quiet. You tell yourself to stay strong, but deep down you are wondering how much longer you can continue like this. And still, every morning you wake up and keep moving as if nothing is wrong, but I see it all. I see the stress you hide behind your laughter. I see the tears you wipe away before anyone notices. I see the silent frustration you carry when life is not unfolding the way you expected it to. You keep asking why everything feels delayed, why doors keep closing, why opportunities disappear at the last second, why people walk away, why prayers seem unanswered. And because you cannot see what I see, you assume I am absent from your life. But I have never abandoned you for a single moment. Even in seasons where everything felt confusing, I was still guiding you. Even when you thought nothing was changing, I was still working beneath the surface in ways you could not yet understand. Some things had to fall apart because they were never meant to carry your future. Some people had to leave because they could not go where I am taking you. Some delays were necessary because your spirit was not ready for the weight of what you were asking for. You thought you were waiting on me, but many times I was waiting on you to grow into the person capable of sustaining the blessing you desired. You keep focusing on what you lost while ignoring what survived. The fact that you are still standing after everything you endured is proof that my hand has remained on your life. There were moments you should have completely broken down. Moments where the pressure should have destroyed your peace entirely. Moments where giving up would have felt easier than continuing forward, yet somehow you are still here, still breathing, still hopping, still searching for meaning. That was not your strength alone. That was me carrying you through battles nobody else knew you were fighting. Stop measuring your progress by how quickly everything changes around you. Some of the greatest transformations happen invisibly at first. Seeds grow underground long before anyone sees evidence above the surface. And right now, much of what I am building inside you is invisible. I am strengthening your mind, deepening your patience, expanding your discernment, teaching you endurance, teaching you discipline, teaching you how to survive pressure without losing yourself. Because the next season of your life will require a version of you that is stronger emotionally, mentally, and spiritually than the version standing here today. You keep praying for elevation while resisting the process required to prepare you for it. But elevation without preparation becomes destruction. Influence without character becomes dangerous. Success without discipline becomes chaos. That is why hidden seasons matter so much. In hidden seasons, I teach you who you are without applause, without attention, without validation, without people constantly reminding you of your worth. Because if your identity depends on recognition, you will eventually become addicted to approval and controlled by opinions. I refuse to let that happen to you. So I allow isolation sometimes. I allow silence sometimes. I allow seasons where support becomes limited and distractions disappear because I need you to discover that my presence is enough even when everything else feels uncertain. You have spent too much of your life searching for peace in places that could never sustain it, in relationships that drained you, in distractions that numbed you temporarily, in achievements that gave you validation for a moment but left you empty afterward. Nothing outside of you will ever heal what is broken within you. That healing begins when you stop running from yourself and finally become honest about what hurts. Some wounds you buried years ago are still controlling your reactions today. Some disappointments you never processed are still shaping your decisions. Some fears you never confronted are still limiting your growth. And until you face those things honestly, they will continue following you into every new season you enter. Healing requires honesty. Growth requires discomfort. Transformation requires surrender. You cannot become who you were created to be while clinging to old habits, old mindsets, and old versions of yourself that no longer fit your future. There are parts of you that must die so stronger parts of you can finally emerge. That process feels painful because growth always stretches what is comfortable, but do not mistake discomfort for abandonment. Just because this season feels lonely does not mean I am absent. Some of my deepest work happens in silence where nobody else can interrupt what I am building inside you. One day you will look back at this season and realize it was not punishment. It was preparation. Every delay taught you patience. Every closed door taught you discernment. Every disappointment taught you resilience. Every lonely night taught you dependence on me instead of dependence on temporary things. Nothing was wasted. Not the heartbreak, not the confusion, not the waiting, not the tears. I will use all of it to shape the person you are becoming. So stop doubting your progress simply because you cannot see immediate results. Mountains are carved slowly. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Strong foundations are built long before the building becomes visible. And the strength I am building inside you right now will eventually support blessings you cannot yet imagine carrying. Keep showing up. Keep trusting me when clarity feels distant. Keep moving forward even when emotions tell you to quit. Because this season is not the end of your story. It is the construction phase of the life you prayed for.